Greetings, I am Planet Mitch, founder and chief excitement officer, and your list building success coach over at giveawayrocket.com. And I am going to knock your socks off today. We're going to shoot you to the stars, to the moon, all the way through all the planets. Now, this is not for you newbies. If you're a noob, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to catch you in another video. I don't think you want to pay attention to this one because this one's going to blow your mind. Now, a lot of people have been wanting to do a multi-step upViral campaign. And up till now, that has not been possible. But I found a guy that has made it possible with a little caveat. And this is not for the weak at heart, right? If you're feeling faint right now, if you're feeling a little bit like, oh man, this is blowing my noggin, sit down, compose yourself, and we're going to get you through it. But this isn't the ultimate solution that I wish we had found. It's darn close, and it's much better than we've ever done before. And maybe somebody's done it before, and I just didn't see it. I saw this guy by the name of Bryan Austin who had asked for some help on the upViral group. And when I looked at what he was doing, I discovered that he was doing a multiple page upViral campaign, and I just had to know how it worked. Now, the first thing I always do when I hear about something about this is I test for something, and most people haven't figured out that they need to check for this. And every time I've seen that somebody thought they had a multiple page upViral campaign, they discovered that they weren't passing through this one critical factor, and they scrapped it all and went back to ground zero. So I want to dive into how campaigns work so that you're totally up to speed and understand the exact nuance in what we're trying to do here. I'm going to use Market Plan. And again, if you haven't seen that before, you can go to giveawayrocket.com/marketplan. And if you happen to buy, then I'll get a little affiliate commission. If you don't want to do that, you can just go look up Market Plan and figure it out on your own. But my family over there would appreciate a little bit of extra income this month. Or next month, or whenever you see this. We are inside Market Plan, and this is a typical upViral process. Basically a flow, a loop, whatever you want to call it. It has traffic coming in the front. Over here on the left, there's traffic. Then there's a lead page or a landing page or an opt-in page, whichever word you want to use. Everybody wants to use different words. Basically, it has the name and the email and an opt-in button. And then, if you put your information in, it takes you over to the sharing page. And the sharing page has additional buttons for you to share, easy for me to say, on social media. So that's what I'm representing up here with what Wilco calls the viral loop. And in that social sharing, people will take that unique link and come back into the front end. Now, this is the absolute crux of this entire process, is that when people share, there is a referral link, which makes their link unique. And that's what gives them credit if somebody signs up, which is what we're all after. We're all after getting Betty to get all of her friends to sign up and give Betty some referral points. And that comes through this process. And if that referral ID doesn't get passed into the front end of the lead page, we're all in deep doo-doo. Okay, the campaign will not work if that is not coming through. All right, so what people always want is they want something to go in the middle, in between the lead page and the sharing page. That's the goal. That's what some people really want to have happen. I see them ask for it all the time in the upViral group. So it looks like something like this. In Brian's case, he's doing a survey. So I created a picture here with a survey in it. So same diagram, just has a survey in the middle. It could be a multiple page survey. It could be type form with just one page. It could be another landing page. It could be any kind of page. The point is that there is something in the middle between the lead page, the opt-in page, and the sharing page. The problem is that upViral expects this to be a one-step process between the lead page and the sharing page. And in fact, if you ever go look at the internals of this form on the landing page, and if you know any HTML, and I could probably show it to you, but it would maybe you'd understand, but you probably have already looked at it before. Basically, in the HTML, it is a form, a F-O-R-M, a form, and on the form, there is an action link. And so when the user does the submit, that form causes the HTML, the World Wide Web, the internet, to go to the next page. And the next page in the process is the sharing page. Always, 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 always. So when I thought about what Bryan was doing, I wondered if he had figured out how to break the lead page to sharing page process. And I'll give you a clue. No, he didn't. But what he's doing is rather unique. So I initially was really, really, really excited. And now I'm only just really, really excited because what he's done is pretty freaking awesome. So I'm going to show you the next diagram. Are you sitting down? Are you really ready? Have you wiped the sweat off your brow? Are you totally fanning yourself because this is so exciting? All right, so this, coming up, drum roll. And I'll give you another one.
Huh?
Yeah, huh. And how about this one?
Ooh.
So I'm going to show you the page.
Dad, you're always right.
That's the wrong one. That's the one I wanted. Woohoo! All right, so Bryan Austin is doing this in his process. What he did was he made the loop go from the sharing page all the way to the landing page. And this landing page he's using ClickFunnels for. And then he sends people to the survey page. And then he sends them to the upViral signup page. All right, so if we go back to this process, what people were wanting was that the lead page, where the user puts in his information, is captured right at the beginning. So this is the crux of the difference here. And when people were hoping to do this, then that means that if somebody comes in, they put in their email address, and then they go to the survey. So even if they don't finish filling out the survey, you've captured their email address. You've got them by the throat. No, I'm sorry. You've got their attention, and you have their email address that you can use later. And so if they don't finish that, then that's okay. You've got them. You can email them and potentially get them over to the sharing page and all that kind of stuff, right? Because they're entered, and you can send them upViral emails. They would also be in your database, your autoresponder. All this kind of stuff would be goodness. But, all right, so here's the way Bryan is doing it. I'm going to show you the screens in just a second. The landing page is ClickFunnels. And I don't have all the details. I spent an hour and a half, thank you, Bryan, spending time with me, walked me through the entire process as an ex-coder. I understood exactly what he was doing, and he can provide you the information. I don't know how much he's willing to do there. He said he would be willing to help people if they had questions, but I just thought it would be easier if I put all this together in a summary video, and then maybe we could talk to Bryan some other time or get into the details. But basically what he's doing is he's gotten smart enough on the ClickFunnels landing page that he wants to use, and I've forgotten the name of the survey tool he's using, and it doesn't really matter, Survey Sparrow, or I don't know, doesn't matter. It will matter if you want to try to replicate this, and I'm sure Bryan will give us that information. And I wish I could remember because my brain, I don't know. Anyway. What he had to do was put this thing in that he called a push page, and that's actually inside of ClickFunnels. and all it has on it is a little script that grabs what data comes in off this URL. So in the sharing process, upViral sends out the link to this page, and I can show you how that works in a few minutes, I think. And I mean, it's you simply in the setup of upViral, and if he's using a widget process, so in the widget page, you just simply put in the name of this page, the URL of this page, and upViral sends people there. And that's all goodness. That all works. But on that link, again, I told you it has their referral ID. Now, Bryan figured out that the first 2 letters of that referral ID aren't really necessary, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going into all the details because it's just, I mean, if you want to know all the details, Bryan and I can walk you through it, probably Bryan. But basically, he strips off the first 2 characters of that and sends it through to the survey page. Inside this tool, he uses all of his skills to every page send through that referral ID and actually the IP address and some other stuff potentially. And all of that goes over to the upViral sign-up page. Now, this is his ClickFunnels landing page, okay, but it has the upViral widget on it, and this is where they actually sign in. So what happened, what he did was he kept the 2-page process in upViral. upViral has, I mean, his ClickFunnels page has the upViral widget on it. The user puts in their user ID and their email and clicks opt-in, and then they get over here. So this is the exact same process as if you were using a widget, right? Exactly the same. But he's passed through all of this process the referral ID, which was the magic bullet that we had to have in order to make this process work and to give people credit when somebody signs up through their referral link. So, yay, Bryan. I'm going to give him the bell. He's figured this out. It works. We tested it multiple times. I tested it before I got on the phone with him because I didn't want to embarrass him and say, well, it doesn't work, without having gone through the process. And when I went through the process, I captured it all. So I don't have the actual URL. I'm not going to walk you through the actual pages. But if I switch over here to Stepshot, I use Stepshot guides to take pictures. And if you go through this, this is the very first page in the process. That is this one that I called landing page. It has a button on it. It says, click here to start the survey. So part of what Bryan told me was that most of the survey tools, like this one and Typeform, for example, they don't have a fancy pretty page on the front that tells you what's going to happen. And so what Bryan wanted was that landing page to say, hey, please take our survey. We're going to give this copy of this top 5 essential oil recipes, blah, 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 that good stuff. Take the survey and we'll give it to you. It takes 3 minutes down here. So you click the button and it actually goes to this push page where he does some stuff, and then it takes you to the survey. And the first page of the survey looks like this. Welcome to our survey. See, now you don't typically want users that are coming through this contest loop potentially to just see this because they're like, wait a minute, I thought I was getting in a contest. What are you doing a survey? So I love the fact that the front end of his process is a nice landing page that explains what's going to happen. He's also doing some tricks with Provely down here, by the way. Really smart stuff that he's doing. So anyway, there's the first page of the survey, and I could walk you through every page of the survey. There's lots of questions, and I'm not going to bore you through that, but basically you get the idea that that's a survey. I captured each and every one of those in my process. And then you get to the end of the survey. So we're here at the end of the survey. You're almost done. You click next. And you get to this page. Now, guess what? This is the upViral widget process right here. Okay? You with me? So this is the ClickFunnels page. And when you click that button, you get the upViral pop-up. Enter your name and your email address and click the go button. See, this is all looking pretty similar, pretty familiar to most of you people, right? Right. So then he's got the share page, right? So let's go back to the diagram. We were on the landing page, then we went through all the surveys. We just saw the page that has the upViral opt-in with the pop-up, and now we are on the sharing page. So at the top of the sharing page, he's got all this stuff. Now, I don't necessarily, I'm not going to criticize it. This is the way he designed it. If you click this button, then it actually scrolls down to the bottom of the page, which is where the sharing widget is. So look, there's your upViral sharing widget. He has passed through the referral ID. We tested it. We got multiple different ways of this to show up. When I captured this, by the way, there wasn't the number of points. He's added that, so now you would see how many points that you have when you get to this point in the process. So then it's asking you to share on Facebook, LinkedIn, and all that kind of goodness, which is your typical upViral process, right? That's the entire thing. Now that's a multiple step upViral funnel flow, whatever you want to frickin' call it with the F's. I don't remember what this page was. Oh, this was the sharing image that he's using to get people to share, right, on Facebook. So this is it. This is an awesome example that Bryan Austin has done. He's figured out the way to properly pass through the referral code. He has figured out how to do the entire process, make it happen. And the key was, and I'm not sure he even really understood what the key was until we talked about it, but the key was in his process that the upViral landing page and the sharing page still stayed together. He didn't try to split them. He just let that part of the process happen. And that the thing I asked him was, I'm like, well, why didn't you try to capture their email address at the very beginning? He said, I want them to fill out the survey. The survey is the most important part for me. I don't need their email address until they're done with the survey. And that's okay. That's the way he wanted his process. And in order to make this work, if you wanted to do it as well, as far as I know, there's still no way to break the 2-page upViral process except by doing what Bryan did, and that was figure out a way to send people all the way back to the front of his funnel and manage to pass through that referral ID to absolutely every page, so that when he got to the upViral sign up, he gave the proper credit. And that's the big key. Hopefully that helps explain this really crazy process. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. I will put you in contact if you need to. And I mean, Bryan is probably going to chime in on this if he wants to answer questions. There's some details there about JavaScript and mushy, gushy stuff. There's JavaScript. He's using ClickFunnels, but you could use any other tool that pushes this through. The survey tool has to be able to accept those parameters coming through and pass them along all the way. He's not using Zapier was the word I was looking for. That's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle, all in one big lump. Hope that serves you. Ask questions. Let me know what you think. I think it's pretty brilliant. Pretty proud of Bryan for figuring out how to do this. And I very much appreciate him sharing this with me. We had a really good conversation. He's a really good guy. If you ever need somebody to help you with your funnels, Bryan's the guy. He knows what he's talking about. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm Planet Mitch from GiveAwayRocket.com. Come see us.